So I think, yeah, it's live. Welcome. And again, Jenny, we are in the process of, you know Jenny already, no? We have met.
Yes, last time.
So we are planning with Jenny, we are planning to start our Friday satsang in the evening IST. That will be like in USA, morning time, 10 o'clock. So we are 3-4 people there, and more therapists or somebody has a specialty. They will be entering. So we will be maybe appearing soon somewhere in Friday, 12 hours before. No. Mine will be evening. So here we are, and we are starting we are learning Tantra, Jenny, and categorically learning Tantra, not yogic way, not yoga way of denying anything outside. Our fundamental is that our senses are door to divine. Senses are for the purpose of enlightenment, for knowledge. And with this fundamental principle, we are coming forward, and we went through the elements, like 5 elements, their interplay, ego, and then after we learned to awaken intelligence, and then after slowly we went to 7 perceivers, like the witness, the watcher, who perceive. Maybe you call guardians.
Guruji, we don't see your video, only audio.
Sorry. I wasn't aware that my video is not on, no? I was seeing you and talking, like a room, like I didn't feel a distance. And now I have a distance. Yeah.
We have also Masuryaji coming.
Yeah. So this, I'm just giving an introduction to like Jenny. So we went to the 7 perceivers, like watchers, witness, and you may call it like related to the guardian angels, and somebody is a guardian of this place. Itself. So we went to the time and space. So we divided the space into 7 parts, 7 dimensions. And we explored Kali, famous Kali, at the name of India, famous goddess, and inspirer of all women liberation movements. The only goddess represents women liberation movement is Kali. Cut the sword of any man. So we divided this Kali, we classically studied in decoded forms. If you don't decode this tantric text, they will appear to be as a pornography. It's a complete pornography. Like if you read the Song of Solomon. If you literally read the Song of Solomon in Bible, it's pornography. Same way in tantric text, even in India, established Hindu religion, Adi Sankaracharya, his yogic texts are different, but his tantric text, if you read it, the first sutra is the essence. It is the interpolation of Tantra into analytical system of Hinduism. He incorporated this Tantra. But if you read just like this, it's just pornography. The hips and the beauty and the curve and the breast and the neck, if you decode it, it's knowledge, pure knowledge, Shuddha Vidya. We call it Shuddha Vidya, purest knowledge. So in that sense, we did not go so deep, but with the name of the Kali, we divided time into 12 parts, 12 dimensions of time. That in experience of Tantra, as a sadhak, as an experiencer, we can experience the 12 dimensions. Means we are all living in this, but we are living at different intensity in time. Coming to the liberation or healing or spiritual path, it's related to learning. How fast I am learning in the moment. Intensity of learning, the knowledge into the moment. How fast? So my moment could be of 5 minutes, or could be 45 minutes, or could be 1 day, or could be 10 years and I don't learn anything. Could be, possibility. So moment is in this way, we say moment to moment, somebody is living 1 10-year cycle. So 10 years is 1 moment. Means 1 learning. So this is intensity of living and satisfaction inside. So more deeper, intensely you live in time, more satisfied you feel inside. Deep satisfaction. This way, we divided the intensity of time in experience into 12 parts as a meditator, and space into 7. And we have 112 techniques of liberation. So we can, each individual, we can locate in the matrix in which dimension of time and which place of evolution person is existing. Relating to that, we can go and correlate to the techniques which are spread 112 tablets and give relate to 1 tablet to them. That exactly the key of evolution of consciousness into the person. Exact key. This is how we are proceeding and we are exploring. Hence, Tantra, we studied in a system, how a system works, technological part of it. How system will come to collapse and alive. How a system right now can die. And how a system, any system right now can be immortal, eternally alive or eternally dead. So there are 2 possibilities, each particle, every moment vibrating.
Oh, he's gone. He got disconnected.
The particle.
Yeah, right. He appears, he disappears. Should reappear soon again.
Ironic.
Right? Right on time.
Oh, I'm here because I didn't know my computer was set to restart by itself. So suddenly it restarted. Now 25% there, 27%. Keep your computer on and everything blank. So, but luckily I have a mobile. I was working also in the morning like this. So where we were in the middle of this technology.
About the particle. You gave the example of the particle appearing, disappearing, no? The particle.
Yeah, like we were dividing time, space, and this Tantra, how it works, system. And in every moment, every particle, every dust, every dot. So we are also dot. And also many dots together at the same time. Strange, complex the system we have. So this particle will start to have a meaning and direction and vibrating between 2 possibilities. A complete annihilation or complete evolution. And each particle must communicate, have a choice, either to communicate with other particle or not to communicate at all. They are functioning with the absolute law, like absolute yes or absolute no, and deciding immediately. That's how they don't collide and find its path without destroying each other.
Can I ask you something?
Please.
So is it the mind that's controlling that?
No, we are not learning the controlling. We are observing the nature.
Nature.
Yeah, observing
Okay.
the nature of being.
Okay. All right.
No, like we are observing the nature of fire and talking about it, how it looks, the glow, the heat, the texture, the feeling. We are observing the nature of being. So the nature of being we are discussing, that it's anything which will be, anything as a law, anything which will be will vibrate between two possibilities of absolute inhalation or absolute evolution. In all the particles, billions of particles at point given, each particle have a sense to communicate with another particle. But either in absolute no means it will never communicate, or absolute yes means it will always be in communication. So this is reflected in communication system in our physical body. So we say in Tantra, we learn our another principle. Anything which exists in macro world as a law, it must exist as a law in micro world too. So we, as the image of God, God is not in image of us, remember. We, as an image of God in a quantum world, representing the whole micro world, as mobile is existing maybe in a small world, but controlling a lot. A lot it can influence and control.
Can I ask a question?
Please, just a minute. Yeah. We are entering into a Spanda principle very slowly of two opposites. Yes.
I have a question about the observers. I find one Sufis, he said that in Sufism, the wisdom is to be observer of the observer of the observer of the reality.
Yeah. In this way, we can go 7 observers. The observer of the observer of the observer of the observer of the observer.
So it's not one by one. It can be all together. We can see the we can feel many observers at the same time.
Again, please again. I just shifted for 1 second from mobile to computer.
Yeah. So we can 7 observers can be together. So we don't need to separate one observer from another. So we can be observer of the observer of the observer of the observer of the reality.
Yeah. So if you see it, that's why you see the space. So one is observing one of space, another is observing, and that space is inside that, because that is subtle. So it's broad. That which is subtle will be bigger. No, air is subtle, is bigger than the earth. It's inside the earth and it is outside the earth at the same time. So that which is subtle will be inside and also outside of it. So that's why we say, like, if you learn the text in Gita, Lord Krishna will say that, yes, we are saying, but I am inside of you and also outside of you, but you are not. But you are not. I am inside of you and also more than, because I am subtle. I am more subtle. So if earth, ether is more subtle than the air. So ether will be inside the air and also outside of it. Where air is not there, but ether is there. And air is there into possibility. In a womb form. So you say as a mother.
The Akash is even have the biggest volume.
Akasha is the biggest in elements only. In elements only. Consciousness is more subtle. So the consciousness, we assume, as a scientist, we assume, we infer logically that there is consciousness, which we call soul, is subtle than the ether element itself. So my consciousness will be into the ether element and also outside of it. Then God comes and he says, I am more subtle than you, and I am inside of you and also outside of you at the same time. I am not dependent on your existence. You may depend on mine. But my existence is not dependent on you. You can live and die 1,000,000 times. That's the difference. That's the logical inference of movement, where thought processes. This way we process. So until our knowledge goes, we move. And when it stops, we say beyond. Now is the God. But to say, we say God to whom we don't know. To whom we know we have intelligence, we have mind to level it. To whom we don't know, we have God. Beyond. Or you say God or you say beyond. There is no other word beyond my intelligence. Beyond intelligence itself. Not even mind, not even ego. Even intelligence itself, which senses the ego. You have to have an intelligence to sense the ego. As a mad person cannot sense its ego, we call mad. What is madness? You can't sense your own ego. If it crosses a limit, you enter into mental asylum. Until it's not crossing, nobody is putting you there. But you are in a danger anytime. That's why I say this knowledge which we are going into, which is the nerve of the nature, you can do miracle. You can do miracles beyond your imaginations. You can do. So people go cuckoo, mad, no? Because mind cannot comprehend so much power that you can't imagine this much power. You will slip. Mind will slip. There is a limit of imagination. If it is beyond that, mind will go finished. We don't want to finish our mind. We need to keep it. So we don't become adamant. We don't become conjectural. We don't become blind or fanatic about any truth. We become simple observer. That's the best way to remain sane. This is the path. Remember, it's not the truth. It's a path. You realize truth, and in the whole path you remain sane. It's most important. You don't commit suicide, you don't jump out of cliff, You don't just kill somebody else. You remain fully sane. And remember, nobody is coming on your way except your own ideas. So become observer. Just observe. No fanaticism. And if you have a rational mind, think. Your limit will go until intelligence. Think, common sense. Common sense. Your limit is until your intelligence. Things are beyond that. So what you call Kali, Shakti, Shiva, Durga, whatever you call, Jesus. Anybody you call Muhammad, Allah, anybody you will call and say beyond my intelligence. And I bow down. What else you can do? Tell me.
Goes back to the first step, no reverence.
Tantra says begin with that. Begin with that in the very beginning, that things are beyond your intelligence and you surrender your ego. Here. And begin. So in that, we started to understand the whole system, how cosmos works, how planet come to existence, how things are born, how they are dying, black hole, white hole, many lives, all these things coming into a logical form of thinking. Connecting each other, giving a pattern to hold the mind during the process of transformation. And go beyond intelligence, don't fall below that you cannot sense even your ego. So here, ego remains first connected to your great essence, the meaning and purpose of your life. You should not forget it. And the purpose, if you don't remember, it's written on books of technique you will apply, in which it is written to realize that which is beyond your intelligence, between one with experience, that you and that are not different. But remember the difference, we are in the image of God. God is not in image of you. So with your own psychological ego, do not enlarge and think about God. But in principle, we are same. Remember, in principle, we are same. How God is playing with us? If God, we are under the God in his courtyard, in a way, playing. In his premises is subtle. So we are playing in his courtyard. Basically, seeing like this. We are playing in the garden of the God. What he is doing with us? How he is playing with us? He has created us. He is maintaining us. He is assimilating. So three actions of three Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. Creator, nourisher, and destroyer, use or assimilate. Three acts. And when he becomes compassionate, he puts one drop of intelligence into us and we become all intelligent. No? So we become very intelligent. Suddenly realize, wow, I know the truth. No? And you didn't know 20 years, suddenly I know I'm very intelligent. So he gives us knowledge. And when he says we are trying some nonsense, which is dangerous, this knowledge to us, he hides it. Doesn't give to us. And what you are doing, in principle, look at your life. What you or any human is doing. You creating something, sustaining something, destroying something. Very happy with me, you give me knowledge. Not happy, don't give me. So you are sharing some knowledge with someone. You are hiding some knowledge with someone. What else you are doing? Or waiting for the right moment to tell the person. What is the difference in principle, in action between we and God? Think about it. It's a mental frame. It's a vision theory. It's to hold the mind. If you treat the path, you hold this mind. We need mind to sense. We are sensing through the mind. And what we are sensing, in principle, we are not different. I'm not projecting that he has 100 million ton more heavier body than me and 1 million more hands than me. I'm not projecting like this. I'm not creating God in my image. I am understanding that I have been created in the God himself, in image, in principle, in quantum world function. In principle, we are saved. So even our miniature act of life, God could be living maybe trillions of years, eternal. We have a span of time of 100 years. In all that 100 years, in principle, I repeated exactly same what God has been repeating since infinite. This way, in principle, we are same. Monism, no difference at all. 101% absolute oneness, point. It's not non-dualism. It's beyond non-dualism. It's Tantra. It's not Advaita Vedanta. In principle, in what way you can say, even with your common sense, cannot deny that there is absolute oneness in principle to function. This mindset. This way you will see you and God, you and your Ishta, you and Shiva, how you are related. And you also see the energy of Shiva. How you are related to that. Yes, Paul, please.
Can you one more?
Put on the word and nobody reminded me. Thank you.
Can you one more time explain the difference between monism and non-dualism? What is
yes. Yeah, we are learning monism. We are not learning non-dualism. It's called beyond non-dualism. Para-Advaita. One step more. No? Dualism is coming from analytical mind as a mirror. If violence in the mind, problem in my consciousness. No? A greedy desire, I noticed something wrong in my consciousness. We are equating, and this way we are transforming ourselves. And this gives us motivation to climb more, to purify more. But here not. No? This is not yoga here, I tell you already. Here directly ego, I equating with soul. Ego equating with soul. So my ego is dependent on these 5 acts. And if Shiva not doing anything, but okay, I understand, Shakti, energy. I feel the energy, but energy is also functioning the same way. So in principle, if you say absolute oneness, if you keep on developing your vision like this and exploring you and interrelationship between you and God, you are following in the path of Tantra. And say oneness, no difference. So next time when you act, either creating something or sustaining or destroying or giving knowledge or hiding knowledge, if you connect, the energy, the Parashakti will flow through you, which was the Shakti of Param Shiva, the God. Here, Shakti Prakriya. This is called energy process. Through Shakti, we enter into the truth. So if you realize this oneness, the power, Shiva will not come. The power of Shiva will flow through you. That is Shakti. And that you can see the intensity out of 12. Which one you are harnessing. Where you are surrendering. And that observer. That space, that time, that energy, you are fully conscious who you are, where you are, what you are doing. That's God acting out of consciousness. It's a technique. It's not the truth. It's a technique. It's a methodology. To move through, we are entering. This is background for Spanda principle. It's called Pratibhigya. The philosophy behind it, this is methodology. And philosophy behind it, Pratibhigya Darshan, divine recognition. So we need to understand two things together. And all knowledge will come now at one point. Centralized, remember, all which you have studied in 1-2 years. Since now, all knowledge will combine together into one system. All which you have studied, which will be categorized and properly come into one. So slowly, this is methodology. Philosophy is recognition. You have to do nothing. Truth will appear before you and you will recognize it. Yes, I didn't know it before. Today, now, I recognize it. That's it. This much work. Philosophy. You will train your eyes, vision like this. Recognize the truth. Not create it, nor destroy it, sustain it, neither hide it, nor reveal it. Recognize it. And this, you just recognize one law. Which I stated right now. Law of 5 acts. So you need to open your mind, come from many directions. A divine pulsation, divine recognition. You know, understanding time and space. Now the system coming together. Parts coming together. Each part is complete into itself. And the moment it will join, will become again another completeness and remain complete. All the time will remain complete. This is non-dualism, Advaita Vedanta. And through that, we will enter into monism, beyond non-dualism. So you need to really understand what is non-dualism experience, path, time, space, knowledge, movement, art of movement, 5. Be aware now in your act, kala. 5 act, 5 art you are performing. The art of creation, the art of preservation, the art of destruction, the art of revealing the knowledge, the art of hiding the knowledge. Pay attention. Become aware. Become aware. Then you will understand, because everything will start to come together. 5 fibers. Now the whole cloth. Now we studied one fiber, one. Now it's interwoven design patterns, unique with everyone. Each one wearing a cloth and so unique, so dynamic, changing time and space wherever they are appearing, disappearing. Everything changing, environment changing. So 5 will come together. Art, which is your art, pay attention. This is your art of movements. See how you move when you are creating something. How you move when you are preserving something. And Oh, you are moving many distracts. Three kinds of knowledge. And then when you come to reveal some secret to you found just now in meditation, after 40 years, how you want to share about it. And then you say, no, this knowledge I will not give to this person. He is not worthy of it. So this is background work of acts, kala. We are just learning how the clothes is made, which we are covering. Our soul is trapped inside the clothes. So this is, we are deciphering knowledge, art, time, space, and fifth fiber, attachment. Attachment. We will work later on this. This will be cut at once. Okay? Sudden enlightenment. We don't do anything. We keep on working on four. And fifth in one split of a second, anytime. And then you see soul and fabric separate.
I have a question.
Please.
Can a person become enlightened and then not be enlightened? Is it something
Yes.
that you achieve
In
forever?
Tantric path, yes, yes.
Okay.
You can be enlightened in the morning and not enlightened in the evening. Yeah, it's a different way. If you are playing with time and space, you will be shuffling to different zones, different time and different space. Until you learn the whole structure and learn to be controlled without losing your brain.
Oh.
Understanding, grammatically understanding, intellectually understanding, and then philosophically, theory of wisdom, and then knowingly doing it with all your surrender and might, understanding the dangers, pitfalls, understanding in full conscious experiment with all things props. Yeah, experiment. Methodology, remember, one cannot realize truth by any technique. You need to understand methods, methodology, techniques. Like we give color, we're following a technique, a system of Tantra, fabric. We want to understand what is soul and what is the fabric of the soul. That's it. So in that fabric, we find we are living, our soul is engulfed in time, space, knowledge, movements, actions, and attachment, connection. The fabric is, I'm so much attached. I cannot throw this cloth. I cannot take it out. So much attached. So here, four, we are working. We are going just recognition process. Like anytime you can recognize. So all these sudden enlightenment movements we are following. So attachment, if you want systematically to work in attachment, go to Advaita Vedanta. Systematically learn. Here is no. This will be asystematic. We all following system. This attachment, I don't give a system, otherwise I will fall in non-dualism. This will remain here asystematic. Anytime, all universal knowledge in any split of the second, anytime, you have to walk on this edge. Yes, Paul.
Can you also explain one more time the enlightenment? Because you said that you can be enlightened in the morning, not enlightened in the evening. So what is enlightenment, and why it can stay forever, or it's have a glimpse and it stays forever, or it's not stay forever? What is enlightenment?
Yeah,
Maybe.
look, enlightenment, since you go through your Kali forms, yeah, 1 to 12. So, and the witness, 7 witness. So each witness is an enlightenment in itself. Even if you can witness between process, like you are cooking the food, eating the food, the process, which is controlling your BP, blood pressure, and blood sugar. The second zone of time. When you're taking anything in your system, the moment it enters, it goes through a process. Means it will decide your blood pressure immediately. Anything you take, any idea, any person, any food, anything you will take in the system, Raktakali, immediately, second. Blood pressure. Notice either blood pressure rising or blood pressure falling. Any sense organ will take any information inside, first thing, second form, Raktakali, process. So if you are living between 1 and 2, nothing is wrong. Your deity is between 1 and 2, and your spanda is 1 and 2, means on the path of enlightenment, you can only be aware during the process. You are not aware before the anger. When anger arises and started to express itself, went into the process, then you become aware in the middle of the process. So, if anybody is suffering, or the whole world is suffering from blood pressure, if anyone is suffering, you try all the way, you can't manage it. You can only manage it with the drives, and when the drives coming in, anything you are coming in the system, control the process. Not that you are eating cheese and heavy fat or gluten and whatsoever. The way you are eating it, the process. If you can control the BP while consumption, you will never have blood pressure issue. If blood pressure is there, the blood pressure itself will go to third, Sanghar Kali, killing it. Third one, so then it will go to the endocrine system of killing it. The whole food will be killed. Then blood sugar is the third Kali. That is the endocrine system. Remember, this is a model. You can apply the model anywhere in medical science, in astrophysics, in quantum physics, in politics. This is the model, not system. Application, I'm just applying it here in medical science. And look, blood pressure, and then the blood sugar. So if you want to control the blood sugar, you must control the blood pressure first, systematically. Otherwise, you cannot control the sugar without controlling the pressure. Pressure is not what you eat, it's the way you eat. In the environment you are eating, who is serving you, in what environment you are eating, what style of your eating. Blood pressure, Raktakali, but only pressure. Only pressure. And if you are aware, you will notice it. Anything you are doing, person you meet, you want to take in the person, either blood pressure will rise or down. Practical. So apply, I can apply anywhere and can show you. Any knowledge, history, geography, political science, AI, quantum physics, they are universal models. You can apply anywhere. Like Sankhya, apply in medical science, therapy, in healing. You can assess the person, locate the person in matrix. It's a knowledge. Apply it anywhere. Interrelated, you know, that all 12 dimensions are interrelated. One particle you touch, all will be affected immediately. Everything in an organization. It has a destiny, means it has absolute no to some person, some places. An absolute yes to destiny, yes, 100%. Same neurons. Behavior of communication is embodied neurons. Absolute no or absolute yes. They don't know how to be in the middle. Yes, Paul.
So can I say that enlightenment is when you became observer, it's the moment of enlightenment. So if
Technically, we
you
say enlightenment when intelligence is awakened. And then how you judge whether intelligence is awakened or not awakened. How you judge this is a fire or not. So if you say something in this analytical world, each one has a definition and its nature. So if intelligence is awakened, it won't create ego. It won't breed ego. If intelligence is not awakened, it will start breeding ego immediately without a delay of a second.
So observer is the part of the ego.
No, you ask enlightenment, please. So this enlightenment, enlightenment here on the level of intelligence is in the morning, right now, if you are aware and working on yourself, if you will be aware, you will not create ego. And the moment you will sleep, you will start creating ego. So this process can continue morning, evening differently, each time zone differently. And intensity of creation, this ego is depending on which time zone you are living. And the shape and size of creation of this ego, which will influence the environment, will the space you are living. So this process, when you say you are aware, means I am aware that if I sleep, I will go down the drain. So I cannot sleep. This is the issue with meditator. Meditator cannot sleep. The moment he sleeps, he thinks nonsense is started. Nonsense is started immediately. Ego. Only nothing. Intelligence asleep. Ego will connect to the mind. Mind has all the ideas to confirm you are the only one, the cause of Messiah, the cause of saving this whole humanity. Nobody else. No? Immediately come to the senses, oh my God, so much work, I have so much violence, I was unnecessarily angry. You become aware. You become aware. You cannot breed your ego anymore. So this is
morning, evening, it's a spanda.
Spanda will come later. Spanda will
enlightenment.
take time. This is background. Prativigya, get ready for recognition. Get ready for divine creative pulsation. Spanda will come. But get ready for recognition of the universal laws. And no difference. Oneness with the ultimate law which created this in the very beginning of the first impulse. When there was nothing and the world started. The law which created is functioning. Still, there is no other way. You can't function any other way except this. You go to say, I'm a very good painter, but this art here is no use. Art here is the art of creation, the art of preservation, the art of destruction, the art of revelation, and art of concealment. 5 arts, pay attention. Now fibers will start to have a meaning and understanding. Now we will touch the whole cloth. with attachment and working. Suddenly, it's a Big Bang theory. Boom, we are going to the horizon. This here is just a boom. Anytime, one boom. This is it. Attachment lost, truth. Naked truth. Naked truth. Called without clothes. No pictures you will see of Kali with clothes. Remember, naked truth.
Right.
We are thinking the truth as a covering. Truth without any cover, no clothes. Naked. So symbolism of Kali is always naked, no clothes. Naked truth, no coverings. Because we are seeing as a covering, and this covering is a dirt. And on this covering also dirt of the environment here. So this way Tantra sees soul and the clothes. You say chadar, they say chola, many chunari. The ladies will say chunari in India, they wear like a scarf around the neck. So they will say chunari, chola, the robe, many this kind of words. And these people, this tantric has made their guru washerman and donkey. Yeah. They will put all their clothes on the guru in India. It's your duty. I surrendered. Now it's your job to carry my burden of karma on you. You make them donkey. And all the dirt which I am having on my soul, I made you guru. It's your job to clean it. So you are a washerman too. Indian mind like this. They made their guru either like a donkey or like a washerman. All karmas you carry, and all my dirt you clean. I just on your feet massage every day. So this tantric concept, remain aware. No? Here surrender doesn't mean like this. This conception will become immediately Indian. Be aware. So this is the background. Spanda is not so easy. I can bring the idea of universe, five principles, all fibers, no, has to come together. So bringing everything together, please be with your mind. Here we are not denying the mind. Use your mind, use your intelligence, use all your ego. Then you will come to surrender. Yes, something beyond my intelligence, something beyond my mind, and something is beyond my ego. Whether I believe in God or not, I see with my pure intelligence and something is beyond me in all the way. And that's humbleness is required.
Can I ask you said there is 5 action of the God. Maybe there is also 6 action, which is between forgetting and remembering, or hiding the knowledge and revealing the knowledge. Maybe
That's
in
the
between,
fifth one.
and maybe in between there is 6, which is preserving the knowledge. I mean, or keeping the knowledge.
It's the same. If you are not telling me the knowledge, you are keeping it. Or preserving it or keeping it, whatsoever. If you have something and you don't give to me, that's it you are doing. You are not giving to me. And see, you are keeping it. Namah
Yes,
Shiva.
it's
Yeah. Study the text, the first sutra. First sutra. Namah Shivaya Satatam Panchakritya Vidhayine. I'm going down to that Shiva, which is continuously functioning, doing these 5 acts. That is the first sloka. If we enter into philosophical part of it, to open your vision, see like this, and then feel. Open your vision to see that I'm going down to that Shiva who is doing these 5 acts.
and there is no 6th act.
Now he is also residing in me and doing the same function for the sake of purest knowledge for Paramartha, for the service of others. This Shiva, that is the beginning of vision. Remember, recognition. That God is doing 5 acts. And this God residing in me with a purpose to bring good, to serve humanity. With this attitude, this knowledge will open. Otherwise, immediately I remember German philosophers, advanced, working on logical atomism of the Shabda. Person should have German to approach like this, to bring in Shabda, which is the word, which is the origin of creation of the whole Big Bang and universe. And he's trying to bring it under logic, on paper. Gone cuckoo. What to do? So not to do like this. So the approach is the knowledge will open to you only and only if you recognize that this God, this Shiva is residing in me and doing these 5 functions through me for the sake of Paramartha. Right. Bringing great meaning and purpose to the whole world, not for yourself, to others. Mm-hmm. If you have this approach, knowledge is yours. Surrender, have this attitude, open your mind, vision, logic, common sense, whatsoever you have, everything. It demands everything. No denial here. Bring everything. Take this attitude, and then we can enter. We have to enter all together in a universe which is having all the laws in a together form. You have to enter into that universe and be an experience. So we are bringing parts together. It's not non-dualism, it's beyond non-dualism. One step more. So I will end up here and get ready for the next. And anything, all yours.
We're getting enlightened listening to you, and you are getting enlightened sharing to us. Namaste.
Namaste.
So Jenny, welcome. And soon me and Jenny will appear somewhere revealing something, the 4th act. Not hiding, not hiding.
Look out, look out.
For the humanity, yes.
Yeah.